On this week's episode, we talk about modern metalcore, driving etiquette,
It's good. It's good.
brunch, Ryan's rant, Dave's cool neighbors.
What do you listen to for music?
That's a great question. Depends on my mood, it seems like lately. You know, for example, Stephanie and I, like Sunday mornings, we cook, breakfast together for all the kids, and we do like bacon, eggs, pancakes, like mimosas, the whole 9 yards.
I'm good.
You can make it?
Yeah.
Okay. And
You guys do mimosas and
Oh yeah, it's like our jam Sunday morning, and I play reggae music, and the kids love it, and they dance to it. And we have our neighbors over, and we do brunch. Our neighbors are these really cool people. They're like in their 50s, and they're just a blast. So we
do they have grandkids and stuff?
yeah, they have grandkids like the same age as my kids. And so we've gotten to the point now where, my kids go over there and, their grandkids play with my kids. It's pretty cool. But anyway, they've never heard of brunch before.
Oh, are they from Wisconsin or?
Yeah. They're from Wisconsin. Yeah. I couldn't believe it. I was like, well, they're like, well, what is it? I'm like, it's breakfast and lunch. It's brunch. You kind of have a little of both. So we had to have them over, so we had them over for brunch, and they just thought it was the coolest thing in the world that we had mimosas and we were making this special brunch, which brunch is just extended breakfast, It's really not that different.
Right.
At least that's my brunch. My brunch usually, because I'm not going to make a prime rib,
Dude, having good neighbors is priceless. It's got to be.
Dude, blows my mind every day. Like, for example, yesterday, kids are bouncing off the walls, like, because it rained, and, they can't go outside, whatever. And Kathy, she doesn't work. Well, she works. She's got her own cleaning business.
Uh-huh.
But it's relatively part-time. And so, I just text her, the kids are bouncing off the wall. She's like, I said, maybe go over there, whatever. She's like, come on over, whatever. So I took all my kids over there, and they're dumping out all the toys, playing with the toys. And her and I are just hanging out, and she's like, you want some whiskey? I was like, sure, all right. So just...
That's perfect.
Yeah. So just like a little, like a sipper with some ice of whiskey, just while we're chatting and stuff.
Yeah, that's great.
And the kids are playing. And, we spent, hour and a half, whatever, just to get them out, do something, and, just walk home.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool. So we have them over for brunch, and we're playing reggae. And that's just what we listen to when we make our Sunday morning breakfast stuff. And so they just were like, you listen to reggae music while you make breakfast? Yeah. And we have mimosas. And it was like crazy, man. It was so, and I find like I run into this a lot lately. People not realizing there's more to experience in life than just kind of what's in their immediate like view, and kind of no one really digs deeper, it seems like, to experience something new within the confines of your reality. If that makes sense.
Wow.
So
I'm just trying to understand what you just said, because the lot came out at once there. It sounded incredible.
right. So the average
Confines of one's own reality.
yes.
Okay.
That's
where I lost you.
Okay. So
People don't dig deeper than the confines of their own reality.
within, because it's right. You have a couple kids. You're married, and you work a 9-to-5 job, and that's your life, and that's fine. That's okay. Right? That is your life. That is within the confines of your life. So for example,
Yep.
you're not going to say, honey, I'm taking the 3 kids and we're going to move to Florida for 2 months in January and February.
Because that's not within...
That's not within your reality of your life. Like,
All right,
that's just not going to happen.
I follow you.
So when you don't have these, when you literally don't have the ability to go and experience more than your everyday life, you got to find things to within that life to have some experiences,
Right.
new experiences.
Yep.
Isn't that? I mean, that's. I mean, if you want to go down this rabbit hole, I mean, isn't that the whole like human existence? You know, to like, but some people are wired differently too. But anyways,
Yeah.
that we don't have to talk about that now. That could be a whole nother thing.
So the bottom line is you got cool neighbors.
Yeah.
It's a good experience for you guys, and it's a cool experience for them because they're like, what the hell? This dude doesn't reggae music and has brunch and mimosas.
Right. It's 11 o'clock.
All right. That's the easiest route to go with this. So I follow you there.
Okay. Right.
That's whole. You were on a philosophical stray away, which is fine. I was digging it. I was with you, and then you pulled the plug on it completely. It's okay.
Sorry, dude.
Yeah, dude, having good neighbors is just the best. We have good neighbors here. I think they're okay. They're used to having kids around and stuff. I mean, we don't really have any endearing neighbors like that. We don't go to our neighbors' houses and visit or anything, which is kind of sad because our neighbors, I would just love to get to know them better. You know, it sounds like you got a really good deal there.
Well, I'll tell you what though, but here's what I had to do to make that happen. That would have never happened because when we moved into the neighborhood, the first thing that anyone told us about those two that I'm talking about was there was an experience. Most of the families in that neighborhood are relatively new, like within the last 5 years or so. The first story I ever heard was that they were playing kickball in one of the yards, and the ball flew into their flower garden, and so then my neighbor got upset that the ball was and so she was no longer wanted them to play kickball. So that's the first story I get told of them. Like maybe they're crotchety, maybe they don't really like to have fun.
Yeah.
Maybe steer clear because that's kind of what I'm getting the vibe. Dude, I kicked that door right down. As soon as I heard him playing AC/DC in the backyard from his little like wireless rock speakers, his outdoor speakers.
That's fucking cool. Yeah.
I was like, I'm going over there. I don't care. I carried a beer over there. Didn't eat. I said I want them to know me.
He's playing AC/DC.
He's playing AC.
Of course, you can carry a beer over there.
I'm probably wearing like a tank top. My tattoos are showing. I'm carrying a beer over there, and they know. I mean, by this point, everybody knew we had a couple kids, you know, and whatever. I was like, hey, blah, blah, we start talking. Dude, next thing you know, we're sitting around the campfire getting drunk, dude. Like he plays bass guitar.
Yeah.
So he's like, dude, you play guitar? It's like, yeah. So he gets his acoustic bass guitar. I get the guitar, and we're just playing along to like old country songs and like, you know, Wagon Wheel and stuff like that, you know. I was like, okay. And then it was crazy how that actually opened the floodgates because then some of the other neighbors, I don't know, it just kind of felt like maybe people were jiving a little better.
Yeah, that's awesome.
You know, I'm not saying it was because of me. I'm saying I made the choice.
Yep.
To just to go there, you know.
People love that. They love to see. I love it when I see my neighbors talking. It's like, oh, cool, you know. And not everybody's you know. It's funny is you've lived in a city. I've lived in a city. You live in apartments so close to each other, but you never you never talk to anybody. I mean, did you ever really have relationships? No. But now, I mean, there's some space between us, like. So it's like. It's just better. Okay. I don't really know.
Well, you're in it together.
Yeah.
You're sort of in it together.
Yeah. Here's where I lost myself. It was apartment buildings. People live close together. Yeah. And then when you live in a neighborhood, you're farther apart, but Jesus. I'm sorry. Anyways, it's good to have neighbors. That's what I mean.
Oh, shit.
It's good to have nice neighbors.
Well, anyway, so what I'm listening to lately is... that's really what you asked me.
What?
That's really what you asked me.
What?
What
kind of music you like?
Because
I don't know how we ended up
Spotify,
here.
It's fine. Because my neighbors thought it was cool that I played reggae. Okay.
Yes.
So it depends on the mood I'm in to what station I listen to because it's so easy.
Do you listen to heavy music anymore?
Yeah. When I do like
Do lawn, you really?
Oh yeah, when I do lawn.
What do you listen to?
Oh, I don't know the names, dude. They just give me playlists and I listen to them.
Yeah.
So they do Crash Course, I think is the name of it. The playlist. And it's
Okay.
all this like screamo metal type stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there is some heavy stuff, but it's more the melodic type stuff.
Right.
Which that's kind of where I'm at. Like now that I'm an old guy, like I still want to like get the metal. When I still want to hear that, but I don't need like 32 songs in a row of metal. So it's
Right.
kind of nice to have that more melodic feel with the metal. It just it fits my personality better now, I guess. My kids love that station.
Do they?
Oh, dude. When
Music, it doesn't freak them out or anything?
no,
The screaming,
they
and
love
all
it,
that?
dude. First thing they ask, I said, "Well, what do you guys want to listen to?" Rock and roll. Okay, so I throw on like 70s rock and roll,
Sure.
and they're like, "No, Dad, rock and roll, the fast stuff, the rock and roll." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Like 80s, you know, gets a little bit faster, you know, with the punk bands and you know the rock. Some of the rock was faster. No, Dad. So I'm like, oh. So I put on this metal, whatever, melodic metal music. Yeah, and they love it. And when we're in the car, dude, that's all I want to listen to. And
Yeah.
they call it rock and roll.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's kind of like, what are you listening to these days?
I don't know. It's weird because I listen to modern metal and stuff like that, and it fucking blows my mind
Oh, it's crazy.
how far this genre has come.
Sure.
I mean, it's different. It's not the same world, and
Yeah.
you wouldn't expect it to be. I mean, music evolves, it changes. I'm blown away at how technical metal has gotten. Whether you want to call it metalcore or screamo or whatever, I mean, it was whatever modern that rock sound is just, dude. This is why bands like Under Oath, who we kind of grew up with them, you know, and when they started getting popular, and bands like Under Oath, in my opinion, cannot keep up. They cannot do.
Right.
There's a reason.
You're totally right.
They need to check out, and that's, you know,
That's crazy to think about.
they
You're right,
can't
though.
do what modern bands are doing. When
Yep.
you look at Bring Me the Horizon and all these big popular metal bands now, dude, the production is fucking retarded. It's crazy. It's like a Britney Spears concert with the backing tracks and special lighting rigs, and it's fucking crazy. And these guys are healthier and younger, and like rock and roll musicians nowadays are these guys. I'm just talking about this modern rock genre that's happening. These guys are so fucking physically fit. They could be runners and shit. I mean, a guy like me could not survive. and these guys are so they dance and they move and they're fucking jumping off stuff and they put together this show and I can't believe it. I mean, it's unfortunate because dudes like us that come from our generation of this metalcore, hardcore scene, punk music, whatever it is, we could not keep up with motherfuckers nowadays. We couldn't.
Oh no, there's no way.
But there's nostalgia to the way we play and the things that we did. Like, so you have these bands, Bring Me the Horizon. I don't know why I keep citing them, but big metal bands like that. And then you have a classic band like Rancid. And you go to and two shows completely different. You go to a Rancid show, you're hearing a guitar amp, a bass amp, a drummer, and a singer. 2 amps maybe. And they're not playing to a click track and it's 1, 2, 3, in fucking rock and roll. But that is not, you go to these productions of modern rock and roll and it's mind blowing, it's impressive, but it's not, these are two different worlds entirely.
Well, it's just, you know, what do you like, coffee or tea? You know?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, man, just.
And I don't think that one is like better than the other. Like, oh, fuck modern rock, and I'm gonna be stuck in my old. I'm really trying to embrace both because there's good shit out there nowadays.
Yeah, dude. You know what I struggle with is like when I'm listening to those records, or not even those records. Honestly, these Spotify playlists and those songs are coming through there. I'm like, how much of this can they actually play?
That's a good question because
Like, can the lead singer hit those notes actually?
no,
can the guitar player actually play that fast?
Most of them no.
Right. And so they play. That's my question. And there are bands that do, and the level of soloing is pretty impressive. So in that regard, that's awesome. The drummers, those drums, the idea has to come from somewhere. So even if they don't get close live, it's got to be close.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. And they make up for a lot of that with their production. With whether it be backing tracks or synth pads or different things that are happening in the background is filling in for the fact, well, maybe technically we can't do this. I don't know if you want to call that cheating or
Dang. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, that's a good point.
I look at it as production. I mean, if they can write the songs like you said, if they can write maybe they can't play it every time, but if they can figure out a way to pull it off, not full on lip sync, but drummers nowadays are playing triggered drum sets. Right. They're playing to a click. I mean, it's just it's
dude. Okay, so there was a band I filled in on guitar for, and this band had backing tracks, and there were cues in them.
What do you mean?
Like just cues,
What was it like a voice?
Yeah, it was like the lead singer's voice just saying, just something silly,
Chorus, verse.
No, not that. No, not at all. Just like a cue, like, and here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the rest of the band kicks in because there was a pad or there's something first. So where's the one?
Yeah. Wow.
Right.
I think that's impressive. I think that's brilliant.
And then you have to have the understanding how to then take that, put it onto some program, and then get it to play to the whole band. Plus you're working with different house sound guys all the time.
Yeah.
And that's super impressive.
Yeah, I agree.
But in a situation of what you're maybe trying to bring in is with like a classic rock guy where you and we didn't grow up with that stuff, even though it came in shortly after.
Yeah, we were just kind of on the edge of all that.
Yeah. There was still a big learning curve.
For us, or what do you mean?
No, for those people who started doing all that first, and now it's like second nature to these guys, these new metal bands.
Oh yeah, it's the way they do it. They learn
how to program everything.
Yeah,
and they're just sitting at a computer with their guitar.
Well, here's a good comparison to that.
I think I've never done it, but I'm assuming that's what's going on.
Yeah. Here's a good comparison of that. When we were how you learned how to play guitar. I mean, nowadays there's so many resources. YouTube, I mean, you can learn what your favorite band is doing because they have playthroughs and they break it down and show you, and it's like, wow, that's why technically kids or younger people, the generation younger than us is advancing so fast with guitar playing.
Right, there's no learning curve. What takes most
They're
people
just like
10 years to figure out.
Yeah.
Because they went and saw some live band live, and then he actually saw the guitar player do the fingering of that one little part that he was stuck on for a year, and he's like, oh.
Well, that's us, right?
Right.
That's us. We're sitting there trying to learn it by ear. We're trying to make something.
When we started to learn how to play.
Exactly.
We had guitar tablature.
Yeah, which was
you
had to go online, go to... and I guess that hasn't changed.
You had to go to the freaking computer lab at school because you didn't even have a computer at your house to print one.
Oh, you're right. Yep.
That's what I grew up with.
I had a binder with all my guitar tabs in it.
Carried it around in my backpack all the time.
I think nowadays, I mean, the way we learn is the same. But I think what we do is we can just overdose on information nowadays because resources are so much more.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you have liked to sit down and watch your favorite guitar player at the time show you how to play the riff that he's playing? It's amazing.
Well, to take it a step further, dude, now, I mean, it's being monetized. So, like, a guy sits down and he learns all these guitar parts for all these metal bands. And then they video themselves and record it And now with enough views and subscribers, and you get your ads, and you start making money.
Yeah.
Now you're getting a sponsor from some guitar effect company. You're getting a new rack. It's
a whole new ball game.
It's cool, man.
That's not the world that we grew up in.
So yeah, yeah, dude, it's cool though, man.
You can't be jaded. You can't be like, oh, we did it this way. It's like, dude, it's incredible. It's come a long way. I consider myself personally, my taste, to be more of a rock and roll purist. I like the sound of, nothing beats the sound of real live amps and 5 guys in a room sweating it out. Nothing beats the way live drums feel in your chest. Like, samples are great. Amp emulation is great. All these things are wild. They're great. The technology is amazing. Sampling drum sounds, all of this. But I'll tell you, the best feeling is being in a room with 5 guys and just fucking rocking out. The way the amps sound, the way the drums sound in the room, that's what hooked me to music. It was like, fuck, the louder you make this, the better this sounds. Remember when you and I used to play in bands and we would show up places, and I think one of the things we would say to each other is like, dude, just make it really fucking loud. Like, whatever we do, turn up, just make it loud, and make sure you tell whoever's running the vocals to turn it the fuck up. And
oh yeah, dude, that was pretty much the goal.
Yeah, because I knew that if we were loud enough, people are gonna be, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, dude, that's pretty much how it rolls.
I guess but I like a healthy combination of both those worlds, though. Using live amps, live drums, all of this, but using the technology of in-ear monitors, click tracks, things like that. I mean, incorporating those two worlds is like, that's key. You can have a backing track.
And truthfully, you still need a ton of rehearsal time for that, because you got to figure out, okay, who's hitting play on the next backing track, and the next, click track uses a drummer or something like that. But, who's going to be doing what? Okay, now they got to figure out how to hit the buttons, troubleshoot something, still play the drums, the guitar player now has to learn that he cannot really get off. It's like crazy. It's just,
well,
there,
you gotta, it's just, it's discipline.
Yeah.
And it's learning that, okay, I mean, I have to do this, within the confines of this, whatever, if it's the click track or whatever it is, it's just, I think it's just disciplining yourself. And like, if you can't nail it, that's fine. Don't nail it. But if you can do every other note in that scale, until one day when it's just like, ooh, and you feel it and it's right there and it happens, it's like, oh, that's it. It's like riding a bike. It's like learning how to ollie on a skateboard. It's like when it finally happens, I think I was talking about guitar playing.
Yeah, dude.
Somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, that's how I look at it. I mean, in the ultimate goal, though, I think is to strip all that shit off, get rid of the headphones, set up wedges, and do it like rock and roll. That's the ultimate goal. Now you learned and you trained and you practiced inside this bullshit box, and now you're going to do it live without the fucking box. And it's like, boom, holy shit, what's going on? That's exactly what happens.
I don't know about that, but that would
what
be
do you
cool
mean?
If that's how it happens.
That's how it happens.
Okay.
Or else, I mean, that can happen naturally without this rigorous training session. But that's called magic, my friend. And those magic bands don't come around very often. Our first band doesn't come around very often.
I don't know if I consider that magic, dude. We were just really loud and obnoxious.
Well, it was magic. It was magic to us. To me, that was the magic. I guess that maybe that's a weird word to use. Special. It was special to me. I'm just saying. So yeah, there's the it factor. Okay, the it factor, the je ne sais quoi, if you would. It's the people who just are naturally talented at what they do. Either you have it or you don't. And sometimes you find yourself in a group of 4 guys who all seem to have it, and it's like, wow, man, what's going on here? And you can,
that's magic.
Yeah. And in 6 months you can be that amazing rock band, but that does not happen all the time. Sometimes you got to just settle for a dude that just wants to play. We're just going to give it a try. And that's where all the tracks and all the training regiment can help you get to that wow. You can manufacture it. I'm trying to wind this thought down. Where are you at? What's going on?
Dude, on the way here. So, all right, here's a question for you.
Yeah.
Okay, there's 3 lanes. There's a left lane, then you turn left. It's a stoplight. There's a center lane. You can only go forward. And then there's the right lane, which you can go forward or go right. Okay?
Yeah.
You're the first car up to this stoplight, and you need to go straight. Do you just quick merge over to the center lane, or do you stay in the right lane, seeing someone behind you with their blinker on?
Oh, you're asking what I would do?
Yeah.
Center lane, right lane, left lane.
Yeah.
And I need to go straight.
Yeah.
And somebody's turning.
Behind you.
What does that matter?
Well, I mean, do you piss the guy off behind you, and stay in the right lane when you're going straight and he's trying to turn right? Or do you just move over a little to the center lane so the guy behind you with his blinker on can turn right?
Oh, I move.
Yeah. Okay, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happened to me. But I was the guy in the back with his blinker on, and the guy in front of me, I'm like, dude, just move over to the center lane. I wasn't mad, but it was just something I was thinking. I was like, he's just not paying attention.
Right.
Maybe he just didn't give a crap
Yeah.
about me or what I was thinking. That's probably more so, right? But that's how life goes, man. But anyway, I just try to be considerate when I'm on the road and, just kind of keeping tabs what's going on around me.
How did we land there?
I just switched it up.
You just switched it up?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm following.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. I have this road theories and stuff about people. Like, I drive so much, it's like the people who just sit in the left lane, or all these different personalities that are out there, people who will cut right in front of you to pass somebody else while you're trying to pass. And I just have these little personalities for all those different people. Like, you're an asshole, you're a moron, you're intoxicated, you're this.
That's funny.
Yeah, dude.
Do you make like a dialogue up with it?
That's just how much I hate them.
Now, is there limited to that, or do you keep adding more names?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's only these 12 things.
Yeah, I always feel it's like it's the same people
Got it.
doing the same moves.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Anyways, I just want I want a nice car, dude.
Like, what are you talking about?
I need a nice car. I've been driving that shitbox black car. And if I'm not driving that, I'm driving my work truck, which sounds like it's like riding down the road in a tin can. All the tools and stuff. Anyways, I just want a car with that just is nice.
Describe nice.
Leather.
Yeah. Oh,
heated.
Don't you have that?
Cool. Yeah. Everything I want in a car is Ashley's car.
Oh, you just personally need a new car.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. I think that would improve my quality of life significantly.
Like, are you talking about a practical car that's nice, or a fast car that's like a performance car that's nice?
No, I'm talking about
like
luxury nice.
Oh, okay.
Something that is just cruise control. I mean, these are very simple requests, I know, but my little car doesn't have it. Power windows would be decent. Air conditioning would be just a fucking treat.
What are you talking about right now? That car has nothing power.
No.
Whoa.
No air conditioning.
Oh, you need a new car, dude.
Heater barely works.
Thing smells like sour milk.
It smells like mice and sour milk because it's got both. I had a mouse living in the roof.
No way, dude.
Dead serious.
How did you not know this? It was just up there while you're driving around?
Well, no. A couple years ago,
Did you put him up there?
a mouse?
Yeah.
Why would I put a mouse in my car?
Go ahead.
A couple of years ago, we didn't drive it much in the winter or something.
Yeah.
And it sat out in the driveway, and a mouse got in it and moved upstairs into my over my head part, chewed up all the insulation. He's not in there anymore, but you can smell mouse piss. And as you're cruising down the road and you've got the windows open, it blows that insulation around that's up in there. And I don't have air conditioning.
Oh my gosh, dude! You need a new cut. That's real bad. That's
Yeah.
real bad.
And so then I got no air conditioning. It stinks in there like you wouldn't believe. The radio is not loud enough because I've got my muffler's loud as shit. The whole thing just the wheel bearings like scream. It's like, so I put on my headphones when I'm driving, and I have my headphones on and I'm listening to my iPhone. Oh man,
Is that even legal? That's
my
probably
life
not even legal.
be a wreck. And I'm not even using in-ears. I've got these giant monster headphones on.
No, your cans, your muffs.
Yeah,
Are you serious?
Yeah, I keep a pair of
You
cans.
look
in my
like the
car.
drummer from freaking what's that band?
Linkin Park.
No, dude. Oh yeah, no, that was a guitar player. Mute Math, I think.
Oh, does he do it too?
Yeah, I think so. Maybe.
They're not bad, but they're hot and sweaty, and I don't like to keep them on that long.
Dude, that sucks.
Yeah, that's.
We need to start a GoFundMe for a car for you.
Is that real? Can we do that? Just say.
Yeah.
I'll just be 100% honest.
Yeah, you can
Here's
do
my
anything you want.
campaign. My campaign is I would just like to have a nice car.
I'll video
be
you.
honest.
I'll make a video for you, and we'll do like an interview with you in your car, and while you get a new one,
Yeah.
we'll put it on GoFundMe.
It's like, do I need a nice new car? No. Does anybody need anything? No. But hey,
But dang, I got mice piss,
I'm
spilt
telling
milk.
you, my life would improve tenfolds if I had a sick ride. It doesn't even have to be that sick. I'm talking like an old Buick with like the leather, and
Oh, dude, the seats just sit back.
oh yeah,
and just suck you in. It's
Autopilot.
like a cloud. Right. You would drive a Cadillac.
Oh yeah, yeah, I would love to. But that's what I'm living with, man. Is that old car?
That's a bummer.
And the things, the tires on it are this.
Oh, yeah, that does not go through the snow.
They're the size of a soccer ball. Like,
Yeah.
they're tiny. This car is not even a real car, I don't think. I think it's like mostly it's something else. The tires are literally ready to fall off. The wheel bearings are so loud.
That's dangerous, actually.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oof.
Well, the next step is like, I mean, it's not too dangerous, but
Well,
it's still not good.
I'm taking
The
my
car's
wife.
not gonna like flip over.
No.
Right.
I'm taking my wife's car tomorrow
Where are you going?
to work.
Oh.
I'm only working a half day tomorrow, and then get home, and we're gonna head down to Madison, and I don't know what we're gonna do. Get a hotel for the night, and the last time we went to Madison, we just walked around State Street and took the kids up by the Capitol, walked around the campus, and they had fun. So I can't imagine we won't find something to
Dude,
do.
going to Madison as a tourist is a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah, I agree.
Because then you don't take the bars for granted, and
Yeah.
just going into the Capitol building itself is cool.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are.
Yep.
So it's fun to go there as a tourist. So there's plenty of stuff to do.
Yep.
Hook up with Paul, do you think, or?
Yeah, that's the thing that sucks is I have a handful of people that I should contact when I get down to Madison, and I just don't always have time to, and Paul's special, so when I really try to reach out to Paul, but I also know that he has a family as well, and it's hard. You know how it is when your buddies come around and it's like, hey, dude, let's go have a beer. Let's do something, but family. Unless it's like, let's all go to the zoo together and make it this day trip. it's hard to even have people just swing by your house, because who knows? I know our house is not always clean, so it's just whatever. Maybe I just overthink it, I just feel like I don't want to bust anybody's door down or fuck with anybody's life if I'm coming to visit,
Well, I mean, you could always just throw it out there. It's just a text away, and
Yeah.
if it works, done, no big deal. Well,
Yeah.
I'm in town. Cool.
Yeah. In that case, I suppose I will. I'll hit up.
It's it's always worth
I
that.
gotta hit up Paul. I gotta hit up John Jenkins. I gotta hit up who else? Jake Jenkins lives down there.
Oh yeah, you'll be busy. I mean, yeah.
I mean, there's something to do. There's somebody you get a hold of. I guess that's a cool thing. It's kind of nice not having like, oh, we're going to this and then we're going to that and then we're going. It's kind of nice just to go. Well, that's a little over a half hour.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode. We really appreciate it. Enjoy your company. Signing off. Peace out, homies, Smitties. What, is that racist? All right, later. Yeah, I don't know. That was pretty good.
Peace out. Peace out.
I
Can't stand for this. Fuck this shit. I can't stand